Jerry first, while her daughter Melissa and son-in-law Alan listen backstage. Now, you, Jerry, are making some very serious allegations here.
Yes.
So you think that he could murder your daughter and grandchildren?
I feel that from Alan's his prior actions, that he is very desperate, and I feel he is capable.
I could have been a pathologist where everybody's already dead.
The day Melissa and Alan got married, I got this gut feeling of impending doom.
My mom has always disliked Alan. She's out to destroy my marriage.
Alan was disrespectful from the start.
Before we were married, I put my hand on my fiance's knee, and my mother-in-law took off her shoe and smacked me.
My mother has nitpicked and dissected everything that Alan has ever done.
Alan is mentally abusive. He accuses Melissa of treating him badly so that she will feel guilty, apologize, and then compromise.
Everything that I do, everything that I say is twisted into something that is disgusting or perverted.
Alan molested my 3-year-old granddaughter.
She's trying to make me out to be a pedophile.
Alan was seen by a family member inappropriately touching my 3-year-old granddaughter. I had no choice but to call Family Services.
Family Services said that somebody had called to report neglect or abuse of my children. I was terrified.
Family Services thought that this whole situation was a joke.
When Family Services questioned my 3-year-old daughter, my daughter replied that nobody has ever touched her in that manner.
There was no indication of any wrongdoing on my behalf.
When I found out that my mother made the phone call, I felt complete and utter betrayal.
I thought my granddaughter was in danger.
Well, I wanted to talk to Jerry first, while her daughter Melissa and son-in-law Alan listen backstage. Now, you, Jerry, are making some very serious allegations here.
Yes.
So you think that he could murder your daughter and grandchildren?
I feel that from Alan's his prior actions, that he is very desperate, and I feel he is capable of harming them. I've known Alan since he was a young boy.
Well, give me an example of what it is that you base your allegations on. For example, I have here of some of the things that you said. You said that he could be looking at porn because he was once walked up on and closed his laptop really fast.
Right. That's kind of a sign of that as a warning of being secretive.
You said he may also have abused his 7-year-old niece, and that's the reason for such a quick move, that he pulled out of town and moved to another state for fear of, you thought maybe he was afraid he was getting ready to get caught or...
Exactly. The whole move itself was pretty quick, and he fears for Melissa to come back to Colorado to visit. He acts like there's something there that he doesn't want her to find out.
You didn't like him before this, did you?
I
mean, just to be fair, you didn't really like him before this allegation was made, right?
I didn't care for his behaviors.
Well, you didn't like him, period, right? You said the day they got married,
Yes.
I had this sick feeling in my stomach and cried. It was
just
like impending doom. That's a
Yes.
quote from you.
That's true, and it was right before.
This was before any of these
There.
allegations came up.
That's
You
true.
didn't like the boy from the get-go.
That's not true. It's
Really?
not that I didn't like him.
You also said, and I quote, "I wish she wouldn't have married Alan because of the way he treated her while they were dating."
Yes, he showed signs of controlling behavior while they were dating.
Well, you seem to be kind of contradicting yourself. You're saying, oh, no, I didn't dislike him, but yet you said when she married him, I got sick to my stomach and had an impending sense of doom and didn't like him because of the way he treated her while they were dating. Did I read these things right? Is this what you said?
Yes, that's what I said.
Did you tell him that, and again, I quote your words, I told Alan he was, quote, an awful, terrible person for moving my daughter and kids away from me?
Yes, I did. I felt an overwhelming sense of grief, and that was just shortly after I was told they were going to be moving, and in like a month and a half.
Did you also tell him, quote, "You're taking my babies out of my arms and I will never forgive you"?
I might have.
Is there a boundary? Is there a point at which you as a mother-in-law can cross the line and get over-involved, over-possessive, over-controlling of a grown daughter's marriage?
That's actually what I came here to find out. Dr. Phil, that's what I wanted to find out. When does a mother, a grandmother, get involved? When do we wait till a child is harmed? Do we wait for the 911 call? When a baby's shaken, do we wait? When should we become involved, Dr. Phil?
Now, we're joined by Alan and Melissa, who've been listening to the show backstage. So, what do you guys think about what you've heard so far?
This is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Everything that my mother feels about Alan is false.
Now, what do you think about all of this?
I think it's amazing how things that I have thought nothing about have been taken so far out of context.
Let me just ask you straight up, without equivocation, have you or have you not touched your daughter inappropriately at any time, anywhere?
Never. Never at any time, anywhere, with any intention of ever doing anything with a sexual intention with my daughter. No matter how innocent I am, people will always think twice about trusting me with their children. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. Your name will always be tainted. It's a stigma. I would have a hard time leaving my kids with somebody accused of molesting a child.
Now, Alan has been accused of molesting his 3-year-old daughter. He wanted to clear his name, and yesterday he agreed to take a long and grueling polygraph exam and interview. Now, former FBI agent and polygraph examiner Jack Tremarco interrogated Alan for nearly 3 hours.
I'm a little nervous. I'm excited to clear my name. I am not a pedophile.
Jack,
Nice to meet you.
you can have a seat here.
Thank you.
As you sit here, I don't know what the truth is, but I will know in about 2 hours. There's not going to be any surprises. There's not going to be any tricks. But when we're done, if you touched your daughter for sexual purpose, I'm going to come to the truth. What I'd like to say to you, Alan, is if you can't pass this test, don't take it.
Do you think that you passed this test?
It was a tough test, but I trust that the person who gave the test did a good job. He knew what he was doing and had nothing to hide.
Well, the operative question was, have you ever touched your daughter for sexual purposes? Your answer was no. The result was non-deceptive. He was telling the truth when he says he has never touched his daughter in a sexual way. Now, Jack, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Doctor.
How confident are you in the outcome of this test? Because she wants to know.
Dr. Phil, whenever I do any polygraph test, but especially when it involves a child, I am not about to put a predator back into an environment where he might reoffend. And so for Alan to have passed that polygraph test yesterday, he really passed it, and I sleep at night.
Is there anything you want to say to your son-in-law?
I'm very thankful that it was not true, and it's never been my intention to break you two up. It really hasn't. I'm sorry, Melissa, that you think that it has, because I love you, and I never wanted Ellen to be deemed a monster. There's no way, Melissa, that I would have done this.
But I know, and I knew I didn't need a polygraph test to tell me that. I know my husband, and I wanted you to trust that. I wanted you to trust in me as a wife and mother of my family, that I could make the right decision for them, and that I had my children's best interest at heart. You didn't believe me, and that hurts.
Melissa,
That hurts.
it's not that I didn't believe you. I was told not to talk to you about it before I reported it. And I did not go out there with the purpose of moving her back.
I find
Dr.
it odd
Phil?
that out of all this, you kind of ignored him and talked to Melissa, but it just struck me that you just never even said, Alan, I'm sorry that I've dragged you through this. Don't you think that he at least deserves, an apology for what he's been put through? Not that you, again, I don't want to send a message to America that says don't report these things if you have a legitimate concern. We must protect the children. But now that you know what you know, everybody that's looking at this objectively is saying it didn't happen, and you never even said the words, Alan, I'm sorry for what you have had to go through, what I've put you through. I find that interesting.